Howdy, hi. This is Deerdrop Sports, college basketball picks and predictions. We're looking at the best bets of the day for Thursday, January 22nd, 2026. Let's get into the video. All right, first things first, going to recap the previous day's results. We go 5-3 on the day. However, we did lose our best bet. We're going to season record to 291, 242. We add $6 to the giveaway fund. That total is now at 18. I feel like majority of these lines, at least for the winners, came down right to the end. We won not one, but two games by the hook. That was Davidson and Illinois. We won Texas by only a point and a half. And then Boston College came right down to the wire as well. So all of these were very greasy. Our losers were not greasy. Wright State lost outright. Winthrop won by a single point. And Southern Illinois, I believe, lost by 6. So I'll recap these real quick. Then we'll get on to the picks for tomorrow. All right, first game we had, it was ACC action. Pitt was on the road at Boston College. For some reason, Vegas decided Pitt should be a road favorite, which they should never be ever. Boston College wins this game at 65-62. Pitt 38% from the field, 32% from deep. They won the rebound battle. They won the turnover battle. They lost the game. They also shot 41% from the free throw line. That is 7 of 17. This team is horrible. Shout out to Boston College. Next one. We had some ridiculous results in the Horizon League today. Let me just pull up this entire conference because they were all on hella drugs today. You had Purdue Fort Wayne beat Detroit Mercy on the road. That's not too crazy. You had Cleveland State win at Wright State by 6 points. We had Wright State laying 16.5. They lose outright. Then you would IU Indy score 103 in Oakland. They win by 18. IU Indy was a 14.5 point dog. Holy bejesus. Make that one make sense. So the overhits, as they scored 188. Then we go to the A10. This was one of the two games we won by the hook. This was very fortunate. Davidson wins at 68-63. They were down 4 points at halftime. The big problem was they could not hit the broadside of a barn. Davidson won the offensive rebound battle 11-4. They won the turnover battle 11-18. They had 8 more shot attempts and 12 more free throw attempts. They just shot 17% from deep, going 4 of 23. But it doesn't matter if you covered. And they did indeed cover. Next game, SEC, we had Texas on the road at Kentucky. This was a tight game. Texas loses 80-85. It was tied at halftime. Texas, once again, just could not hit it from deep. They went 2 of 18. That is 11%. We had 4 teams that we backed today shoot in the teens when it comes to 3-point percentage. That is kind of wild. And then finally, this is the last game we won by the hook. It was Illinois. They were laying 18.5 points at home to Maryland. They win by 19. They had a 17-point lead at halftime. They called off the Dogs in the second half. They only won by 2. So, shout out to Illinois for getting it done. Then our losers. I already talked about them a little bit. Wright State laying 16.5 points. They lose outright to Cleveland State. This was probably one of the shockers of the day. Kind of absurd. You lose as this big a favorite, but it is what it is. Next game, we had Winthrop. They were laying 9.5 points. They win this game by 1 point, 76-75. Winthrop, they lose the rebound battle. They win the turnover battle. They shot 47% from the field. Radford, 53% from the field, 75% from the free throw line. They did what they had to stay in this game. Winthrop really never stood a chance of covering. Then we have my favorite bet of the day. It was the Salukis catching a 1.5 on the road at Valparaiso. They lose this game. Final score 63-69. it honestly wasn't even that close for most of the game. Southern Illinois could not hit the broadside of a barn. 21% from deep. That is fraudulent as well. For the longest time, they were 1 of 12. Then they went 60% from the free throw line, 18 of 30. They won the offensive rebound battle 10-3. They only lost the turnover battle by 1. They had 8 more shot attempts than Valpo, and they lose the game by 6. That was not fun, but it's okay. Still made money of the day going 5-3. Let's get on to the picks for tomorrow. All right, so I believe this is the first time I've ever done this while filming one of these, but from the time frame of me talking about the previous slide and me hitting pause recording to me starting up the recording again, about 30 minutes has passed in real time, and I have just gotten violently ill. I don't know where it came from, but it hit me like a semi-truck, and I don't think it's done yet. So I'm going to go over these games as fast as humanly possible, upload this video, take a bunch of melatonin, and then pass out. So, we're going to do that. First game, I do not have a spread for. I am taking Central Arkansas. Both of these teams are doing good in conference play. 4-2, Central Arkansas, 3-3, West Georgia. I'm going to back Central Arkansas. They have not won a road game this entire year. If there were ever a time to win a road game, it is right now. Give me Central Arkansas. Next game, it is my favorite bet of the day. I am taking Arkansas State, -1.5. I just realized how much faith I am putting in Arkansas. I don't love that, being as though it is Arkansas, but we're going to do it anyway. The Red Wolves, they're 12-7 on the year. They're currently on a 2-game losing streak. However, it was against Troy and South Alabama. Those are 2 of the best teams in the conference. Georgia Southern, 13-7 on the year, 5-2 in the Sun Belt, coming off of a home loss to Coastal Carolina by 4 in overtime. I'm going to fade them. I think Arkansas State is the better team. Next game, we are taking the over 149.5 in another Horizon game. It is Milwaukee on the road at Robert Morris. Neither of these teams play defense. This is very similar to that other over we took 2 nights ago that for some reason I can't remember. It was IPFW and, what hell, was that also Milwaukee? Was that? Yeah, that was Milwaukee. And now they travel to Robert Morris. This is a brutal travel spot, by the way. You're going from Purdue, Fort Wayne, which is in Indiana. You're traveling all the way across Ohio to the middle of Pennsylvania, Moon Township. That is ass. Give me the over. Next game, I'm taking UMBC -8.5. NJIT is 9-11 on the year. Somehow they're 4-1 in American East play. This team shoots at 39% from the field. How are you 4-1 in conference play with the second worst field goal percentage in the entire country? Their defense is bottom 100. They start 3 underclassmen. I will never understand how this team wins games. Give me UMBC laying the points. And then final game, again, I don't have a spread for this, which is really weird because this game starts at 1 o'clock Eastern in the afternoon. This is a midday basketball game, and I don't even have a line on it. I'm going to take Austin Peay. They're hot. They're 11-6 on the year. They hang their hat on defense. It is top 40 nationally. They average 11 steals a game. FGCU, 81 points a game. This team, very young. I do not think they're going to be good on the road. All right, then we have our other bets of the day. This line makes no sense to me. I almost made this my favorite bet of the day, but it just stinks way too bad. Green Bay is catching 6.5 points on the road at Youngstown State. Why? Like, we've backed Doug Gottlieb a few times this year, and it's worked out. This line reeks, so I'll bet it, but I'm confused. Next one, Merrimack and Iona. I'm going to take Iona in the MAAC. I mean, like, they're good. Should they be a home dog to Merrimack? Probably not. And then finally, West Coast game, Cal Poly catching 8.5 points at UC Santa Barbara. I will take the 8.5. All right, that was probably the quickest set of something I've done. I'm going to stop here. I cannot even think anymore. My brain is dying. I appreciate you watching and tuning in. I will catch you in tomorrow's video. Peace.